In the worlds of dance, gymnastics, yoga, and fitness, the split has long been regarded as one of the most iconic expressions of the human body's capabilities. More than a mere posture, it embodies harmony between strength and softness, discipline and patience, ambition and control. For centuries, dancers and athletes have showcased the split as both a technical achievement and a symbol of grace, and today it continues to inspire countless people, from young students entering their first ballet class to fitness enthusiasts who challenge themselves in the gym. The fascination lies not only in the aesthetic of the pose, legs extended seamlessly, torso upright, body poised in perfect alignment, but also in what it represents, the triumph of human determination over physical limitation. For some, achieving a split is a personal milestone, proof that steady effort yields transformation. For others, it is a tool to unlock deeper movement quality, enhance athletic performance, or simply cultivate a healthier and more supple body. Yet, in spite of its enduring appeal, the journey to the split is often misunderstood. Many approach it with a more is better mentality, believing that daily, punishing routines will fast-track progress. In truth, the body does not thrive under such pressure. Real improvement in flexibility is the product of science, consistency, and recovery, not force. To understand why, one must first appreciate the nature of flexibility itself. Flexibility is not a passive quality but a dynamic one, combining the range of motion of joints with the elasticity of muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Performing a split requires the hips to open, the hamstrings to lengthen, the quadriceps to extend, and the supporting core muscles to stabilize the spine. Each of these areas must work together, and each adapts to stress in its own time. When beginners ignore this complexity and dive into aggressive stretching, they risk more harm than good. Muscles may be strained, ligaments overstretched, and joints inflamed. The sharp, stabbing discomfort that sometimes follows is not progress, it is the body signaling damage. Even the dull ache that lingers after a first attempt at deep stretching is a reminder that tissues are in repair. If this cycle is repeated without rest, minor tears accumulate into serious injury, leaving the dream of a perfect split further out of reach than before. This is why flexibility training must follow rhythm and regulation. Much like strength training, which builds muscle through cycles of stress and recovery, stretching relies on the body's ability to adapt over time. Each controlled stretch creates microscopic changes in muscle fibers, and during rest these tissues reorganize, lengthen, and develop greater elasticity. To overload them with daily, high-intensity practice is to deny the body the very process that fosters growth. Instead, spacing sessions every 1 to 2 days allows healing to keep pace with effort. For beginners, 3 to 4 sessions a week provide sufficient stimulus without overwhelming the system. Those with more experience may increase frequency cautiously, but the principle remains the same: quality outweighs sheer volume. The structure of each session is equally important. A complete routine should last no more than 30 to 45 minutes, balancing warm-up, progressive drills, and deeper holds. Skipping the warm-up is a common mistake. Muscles that are cold are less pliable, and joints unprepared for motion are more vulnerable to injury. Simple cardiovascular activity, jogging in place, jumping jacks, dynamic dance sequences, raises body temperature, accelerates circulation, and primes tissues for greater elasticity. From there, preparatory movements guide the body toward deeper positions, forward and side leg presses to lengthen hamstrings, lunges to release the hip flexors, assisted stretches with bands to engage hard-to-reach angles. These progressions not only open the necessary muscles but also accustom the nervous system to the sensation of extension, reducing the reflexive tightening that resists further range. When entering the split itself, patience must remain the governing principle. Rather than collapsing into the lowest point possible, practitioners should descend gradually, using yoga blocks or cushions as support. Each hold of 20 to 40 seconds is sufficient for the tissues to adapt without undue strain. Over time, as the body accepts these ranges, the supports can be lowered or removed, and durations extended. But sharp pain should never be tolerated. The guiding sensation is steady tension, firm yet bearable, and awareness of muscles elongating without tearing. Any stabbing, pinching, or sudden discomfort is a signal to stop. The conclusion of a session deserves as much attention as its beginning. Relaxation exercises, gentle shaking of the legs, supported stretches against the wall, or light massage, help ease residual tightness. Hydration and proper nutrition further aid recovery, as muscles depend on water and nutrients to repair micro-tears. Some practitioners also find benefit in warm baths or heat therapy to promote blood flow. Far from being indulgences, these recovery practices are essential partners to training, ensuring that progress continues sustainably. Along the way, individuals encounter challenges both physical and mental. Muscle soreness, particularly in the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, can discourage newcomers. Yet this soreness is a natural consequence of adaptation and should be managed, not feared. Gentle massage, hot compresses, and light movement often speed relief. Stiff hips pose another obstacle, as the hip joint is the central pivot in a split. Dedicated hip opening exercises such as butterfly stretches, frog poses, and pigeon variations help gradually release this stubborn region. Mental barriers, too, must be addressed. The fear of pain or injury can cause the body to tighten, sabotaging progress. Music, steady breathing, and a calm mindset reduce this anxiety, allowing the body to surrender to the stretch. In many ways, mastering the split is as much a psychological triumph as a physical one. Safety, however, must remain paramount. Long, static holds beyond several minutes should be avoided, as they place undue pressure on ligaments. Breathing must remain natural and fluid, holding the breath only heightens tension. Any joint pain accompanied by cracking or popping sounds demands immediate cessation and professional evaluation. Above all, comparison is counterproductive. Each body carries its own genetic blueprint, history of activity, and capacity for adaptation. To measure one's worth against another's flexibility is to ignore the individuality of the human form. Progress is meaningful only when compared to one's own past limitations.